Coming up on the Sports Desk, if you like incredible finishes and buzzer beaters, you've come to the right place. The Knights of Bishop Montgomery had an epic battle with rival Westchester, and the Warriors of West High were involved in an overtime thriller with Santa Monica. Plus, North and Torrance battled on the soccer field and grappled on the wrestling mat. We have these stories and so much more. The Sports Desk begins right now. Welcome, everyone, to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. Thanks so much for stopping by. And before we talk about some last-minute heroics in high school basketball, let's talk about how you can be heroic on social media. All you have to do is follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. By all means, share your videos, photos, and your ideas for future stories. And don't forget to tag us in your posts, and we'll, of course, return the favor on our end. For the past 6 seasons now, Westchester High School has said, this is the year we're going to beat Bishop Montgomery. And for 6 seasons now, Bishop Montgomery has answered back by saying, I don't think so. Back in December, the Knights beat the Comets by a single point, 51-50. The teams met again recently. This time, the game was at Bishop Montgomery, where the Knights were looking to win their 9th straight against the Comets. All right, the Comets of Westchester would give the Knights all they could handle in this one. Second quarter, Knights up 7. Westchester's Jordan Brinson turns on the Jets and goes in for the two-handed flush. Comets cut the lead to 5. Final seconds of the half, off the Jordan Archie miss. Oscar Lopez, he's Johnny on the spot. He puts it in at the buzzer, giving the Knights a 33-28 lead at the half. Third quarter, Knights built a 13-point lead now. Nick Schrader dishes to David Singleton. He jacks a 3 from well beyond the arc. Knights led 52-39 after 3. Fourth quarter, different story. Knights up 4 off the Maurice Tutt miss. Kalen Allen, the putback. He led the Comets with 18, and just like that, it's a 2-point game with 2:45 to go. Very next possession, David Singleton has seen enough. He posts up, uses the window, 2 of his game-high 22 points. Knights back on top by 4. Maurice Tutt doesn't miss this time. That's a 3. It's a 1-point game, people. A minute left, score tied at 61. Singleton with the rock, he drives, kicks it out to Josh Vasquez. His only 3-pointer of the game, and it's ball game. That would prove to be the nail in the coffin. Westchester had 4 tries to tie the game in the final 16 seconds, but came up empty. Bishop wins a thriller, 64-61.
At the end of the game, I come off the pick, and there was 4 people inside the key. I knew I wasn't going to get a good shot off, so I saw Vasquez open, and I trusted him to knock it down.
Everybody looking to guard David because, he's a great player, and they wanted to stop him from getting a shot. But when he turned, I seen him look and get eye contact with me. He threw me the ball, and I knocked down the shot.
I told the guys after the game I was really pleased that David trusted his teammates because he had a decent angle, but it was going to be a tougher shot. And I think a big thing about being a championship team, you got to trust each other. And I think he didn't have time to think about it. That's why I think he made it.
Cathedral High School in town, visiting the masked man, David Singleton, and the Bishop Montgomery Knights. The gym was packed for this one. Early first quarter now. It'll be Cathedral's Cedric Hammond, the big fella, tying the game up. But then you know what happens next. Yep, that's the last time the score would be that close. And this man with the mask was largely responsible for that. You gotta watch this. Singleton setting up the offense. He's going to give the rock to Josh Vasquez, and then it's Vasquez back to Singleton for the backdoor rack attack. Wow, that's good stuff, kids. Bishop up a dozen. Nick Schrader kicks it out to a wide-open Oscar Lopez. The trace is in your face. The big fellow follows that up with a steal, and he finished with 9 points. The Knights' lead continues to grow. Following this timeout here, more of the same. Lopez this time showing off the passing game. The cutting Vasquez, who lays in 2 of his 13. Bishop led 37-20 at the half. We move to the second half now, and that's where Singleton simply blew up. Jordan Archie, check this out. The outlet pass to D. Singh, and he goes reverse. That is fancy. But wait, there's more. Very next possession, D. Singh spins baseline, Are you kidding me? Acrobatic! David Singleton finished with a game-high 32 points. Bishop wins 79-62. After the game, the guys talked about the addition of the big fella, Oscar Lopez.
He's just such a good all-around player. He defends, he rebounds, he's a good passer, he's a good finisher, he does a lot of things for us.
It's great knowing that he could pass the ball, we could cut off him, we could screen, know that he can get the ball to where we want it. And it's just a great feeling because I know when I give it to him, I could cut off and look for the ball back.
He's a great passer. He fits right into our program. I mean, he's a strong body, good rebounder, excellent finisher. You know, he's just a good addition to the team.
I'm trying to bring everything to my game. You know, I could pass, I could rebound, I could score. For me, I think I could do everything on the court to feed my team to win and take them to the state championship.
Now, if you're the type of person that loves roller coaster rides, then you're going to love the highlights you're about to see. After winning 2 straight league games, the Warriors of West High School played a non-league contest against Santa Monica recently. The game was part of the Bishop Montgomery shootout, which took place at Bishop Montgomery High School. Vikings of Santa Monica and the Warriors of West High will treat us to another instant classic. Second quarter, Nick Snyder to Alex Mashaw. Over the triple team, he drops it in. We're tied at 19. West led by a single point, 22-21 at the half. Third quarter now, Warriors in transition. Mashaw off the window, 2 of his game-high 23 points, and this would be the largest lead of the game. Warriors up 5, but they were trailed by 2 after 3. Fourth quarter now, Warriors up 2. Santa Monica's Sean Newman Jr. goes inside, and now we're tied at 38. 10 seconds to go in the game. Warriors down 46-43. Nick Snyder to Alex Mashaw in the corner for 3. The score is tied at 46, and we're going to overtime. A minute left in OT. Tied at 50 now. Nick Snyder takes it all the way to the rack. Warriors up 2. Score tied at 52 now with just 3 seconds left. Vikings inbound. Sean Newman at the buzzer. Ball game. Are you serious? Wow. Santa Monica wins this overtime thriller by the final of 55-52. West High Warriors, your thoughts?
We found a way to come back and tie it, send it to overtime, and then what I told them was let's get some stops. Then we fell down again by 4 points, and then we found a way again. So, you know, I just wanted our guys to compete.
We always go to Alex down the stretch. So Alex is our scorer. He had 23 this game. That's a regular for him. He's always going to make his free throws down the stretch. He made that clutch 3 to put it into overtime. We know he's going to finish for us.
Talk about what was going through your mind at the point that you jacked up the 3 that obviously made us go to 46 all, end of regulation.
My coach told me to shoot it like I've been making my shots all game. So I shot it like I was going to make it, and I did.
Whew, what a game. Now, before that game took place, West High traveled across town to visit Pioneer League foe South High. SportsDesk reporter Cedric Welton was there, and he files this report.
This was a game where the Spartans just couldn't find the rhythm all night, and unfortunately for them, the Warriors were hitting on all cylinders, defeating the Spartans 59-32. Let's take a look at the action.
Early in the first, Alex Mashaw kicks it to Nick Snyder with the magician-like moves through 3 defenders for the bucket. Next play, Brandon Kircher with the handoff to Mashaw, who walks it in for the easy deuce. Later in the first, Mashaw finds an open Nick Snyder who knows what to do from 3 land. Kennesai with the bounce pass to Mashaw in stride, who soars in for the layup. Nick Snyder drives in the paint and dimes it to Junico, who finishes with ease. Asai off the dribble handoff soars into the paint with a kiss off the glass for 2. Warriors led 31-22 at the half. Third quarter, fast break, Mashaw passes it up to Asai for an easy bucket. Check out Asai here with the no-look dime to Brandon Kircher, who muscles it in for a score. Mashaw off the dribble drive, kicks it to Brandon Kircher, who finishes at the rim, had a double-double tonight. Junico sees an open Nick Snyder, who's going to fill it up again from 3. Kircher takes it in for the layup, misses. Junico is there with the rebound and goes up and 1 as he flexes on south towards the free throw line. Warriors in the press, Mashaw says, "I'll be taking that," and goes the other way for the deuce. This game was all Warriors and the type of night where everything went right for West. I got to speak with Coach Perlmutter, Nick Snyder, and Brandon Kircher post-game.
Every league game we see as a big game, and you never know. You come on the road, whether or not you're up for the challenge. It was like 23-22 late in the second quarter. We went on that run, and the guys really dug in on the defensive end, and I think we held them to around 10 points total in the second half. So I was very satisfied with the defensive effort.
It always comes on defense for us, so coming out in the second half, our experience kind of took over. South's a younger team. We're a little bit older team, a little more experienced. Come out in the second half, we shut them down in the press kind of got to them, wore them down, and they folded in the second half here.
I was pumped about it. We got a good road win, and this is going to carry on to our next game, and hopefully we can bring a home win next Friday.
This game was 31-22 at the half. Then the Warriors made some adjustments and turned up the defensive pressure in the second half, holding the Spartans to just 10 points. Reporting from South Torrance High School, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Cedric. The Tartars were trying to rebound from a loss to Lusinger. That loss was the first in Pioneer League play for the Tartars. It also snapped the Tartars' 4-game win streak. Torrance hosted league foe North High School recently, and that's where Sports Desk reporter Danny Miskell picks up our story.
AJ, the Tartars were on fire tonight. The Saxons were trailing closely behind them on the scoreboard for the first half of the game, but by the third quarter, these Tartars established a solid 13-0 run. The Saxons just had too many missed shots, while the Tartars scored plenty of shots from beyond the arc.
First off, I just have to talk about this grand entrance with the Tartars, because it felt like we were at the Staples Center, and it was awesome. All right, now on to some Pioneer League action, folks. Tartars go on a 9-0 run. Jerome Duhan grabs this rebound, hands it off to Jalen Bourgeois. He lays it in. They lead by 11 points at the end of the first quarter. On to the second, Saxons play catch-up. Yusai Shigeta dives for this turnover. Justin Collins swoops it up and hands it off to Steven Naiwu, and he makes the 2. But then, check out this beautiful pass from Jaylin to Tyler Morimoto from across the court. He nails it, and he finishes with 16 points, Jaylin with 7 boards. Now, the Tartars turn on their jets and go on a 13-0 run. Jaylin shoots from beyond the arc and sinks the money ball, cha-ching. 3 of his game-high 22 points. Chase Pitts plays good D, knocks it out of Kyle Baba's grip. Tyler jumps on that rebound and 1. Tyler leads the game with 6 assists, including this one right here to Abdul Ahmad, who tries to dunk it. And the crowd's going wild. Final score 70-48. Now that's a maroon monsoon. Afterwards, I got to chat with Coach Nataki and guards Tyler Morimoto and Jalen Bourgeois about that solid 13-0 run they established in the third quarter that ultimately sealed tonight's victory.
Our guys came out with a lot of energy, and we had a couple guys come off the bench. Logan came out with some big defense on Calais on their team, and I think stifled them a little bit, and they had a hard time getting the ball in. And I think that really stirred up the energy and got the crowd going. And that 13-0 run really opened up the game for us.
Coach wanted us to double team number 1, get steals on the out of bounds, just execute what we wanted to do.
Our coaches put a big emphasis on starting out strong in the third quarter. So that was our main focus coming out of the half. And I think we did that pretty good tonight.
No matter what matchup we face, we should have a very competitive game, and we should be in every competition.
Tartars are on a hot streak right now. They've won the last 11 of 14 games, and they're in a 3-way tie for first place in the league. Can someone please pass the tartar sauce?
You gotta have the sauce, not the juice, just the sauce.
Reporting from Torrance High School, I'm Danny Miskell with the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Danny. To girls hoops now. The Knights of Bishop Montgomery were trying to rebound from a devastating overtime loss at Sarah High School. The Knights were back at home recently, playing host to Westchester High. First quarter action, Bishop guard Kayla Padilla. K-Smooth gets buckets, 2 of her 12 points. Knights led 24-10 after the first quarter. Check out Kayla Williams, the dipsy-do, high off the glass. Wow, you get extra style points for that. Bishop's defense was stifling in this one. Watch Padilla, the steal from her knees. She gets the rock to Williams, and wow, she hits it from downtown. Kayla Williams led all scorers with a game-high 16. Final seconds of the quarter, Williams to Cyan Dyke, the pump fake. She beats the buzzer. It's good. 3 of her 13. Bishop wins easily by the final of 79-47.
Our game plan was to put pressure on them from the beginning generate turnovers and easy scores for us, and to maintain that lead, like you said.
That first quarter where our defense was pretty intense and we were moving the ball pretty well, honestly set the tone for the entire game and allowed us just to keep moving forward, and as you said, press on the gas pedal from there.
We've got some viewer video here. This is Lusinger versus West. Third quarter, Warriors up by only 4 off the inbounds pass. It's Haley Jones making a deposit at the window. Warriors up 6. It's now just a 1-point game. Once again, off the inbound pass. Get the rock to Haley Jones. She scored a game-high 29. Warriors take a 3-point lead. Lusinger is now up by 1 in the fourth. Haley Jones falls down, gets the rock to Lanny Lum right there. And West defeats Lusinger by the final of 58-49. Now, before that victory, the Warriors traveled across town to face another Pioneer League foe in South High School. Sports Desk reporter Cedric Welton has our story.
This was a game that saw the Lady Warriors get ahead and stay ahead the entire game. Defense was a story in this one as the Lady Warriors wreaked havoc on the Spartans all night. Let's take a look at exactly how they did it.
Early in the first, Anaya James pushing the ball up court. Look at this dime to Lonnie Lum for 2. Later in the first, Katie Timmerman shoots it from 3. She's off, gets her own rebound, and fills it up from mid-range. Warriors started off slow, then the defense got tighter. Timmerman with the steal finds Haley Jones, who gets inside for an easy finish. Speaking of Jones, a little coast-to-coast action here. Puts the ball on the floor, Euro step for the bucket. Haley Jones finds Anaya James, who finds Katie Timmerman on the wing, nothing but net. Warriors got clicking in the first half. Timmerman into the defense, Lonnie Lum off the miss at the buzzer. Warriors up at the half, 30-9. On to the third quarter, it was raining threes. Lonnie Lum to Katie Timmerman, all buckets. Coach Murakami's inbound plays were just unstoppable. Anaya James inbounds to Kira Hernado, who finds Haley Jones, and check Katie Timmerman drift to the corner for the easy triple. Watch Anaya James get in on the triple party, inbound to Haley Jones and gets it back from the corner pocket, nothing but net. Katie Timmerman takes it into the teeth of the defense, nice dish to Anaya James, easy deuce. Haley Jones gets it in the paint, takes it into her defender for the easy bucket. The Warriors ran away with this game as they picked up the tempo in the second half. I spoke with Coach Ricky Murakami and senior captains Haley Jones and Katie Timmerman post-game.
I thought our girls unfortunately didn't come out ready to play, but I think they battled back really well, and then they stuck it on defense, which I told them every game is how we want to win games defensively.
I feel that although with a slow start, we came out in the second quarter ready to go. We didn't let them score any points, I don't think, the second quarter, or very minimal. And we followed that through the second half and ended up with a solid win.
I think overall it was a solid win. Like, we got off to a slow start, not the best thing, but we came out second half, second quarter, and played our basketball, played our game. So I think that was really key. We had good cuts, good off-ball movement, and that's what got us back in the game ahead.
The Lady Warriors held the Spartans to just 9 points in the first half and then 17 points in the second half, suffocating them all night on defense and having very potent and efficient offense. Reporting from South Torrance High School, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, many thanks. 2 teams that are hoping to make some noise in the Pioneer League faced off recently at Torrance High School as the Tartars played host to the Saxons of North High. Sports Desk reporter Danielle Alvari was there, and she's going to drop some knowledge.
Hustle was not in short supply tonight as the Torrance Tartars hosted the ladies from North. The Saxons got out to an early lead up by 10 at the half, but the Tartars were not going down without a fight. The Maroon Monsoon was in full effect to start the game off right. In the first quarter, Jalissa Monge brings it up for Torrance. She finds Molly Yamamoto, who drives in and hits Jessica Kawashiri in the corner for 3. North leads 14-5. Later in the first, it's Madison Shigita to her fellow senior Taylor Hart for the easy bucket, 20-12 North. Second quarter now, senior center Jane Eziani gets it to Shigita, who tosses it right back to Eziani for the layup, 22-12 Saxons. The Tartars fire back. Abby Yamamoto dishes it to Molly Yamamoto, who takes her time finding her shot,
and knocks down a 3. Third quarter, Shigita out to the wing and Casey Takata buries the triple. North leads 31-18. Torrance turned on the heat in the fourth. Nicole Sakasagawa makes the steal and then makes room for a 3-ball, and in it goes. Despite the strong fourth quarter from Torrance, North held on to win this game. Final score 42-34. After the game, I caught up with head coach Kamiyama and the Saxons' leading scorers, Casey Takata and Taylor Hart. Casey, your team was able to make a lot of open shots happen tonight. What was working for your offense?
We were trying to attack and hit the cutters, and then when the defense collapsed, we would kick it out to the shooters.
I tell the kids all the time that teams are going to go on their runs. At the end, Torrance is desperate to score, so that's when they started shooting some threes. It's just our job on our end to make sure that we stop their run.
They tried to mount a comeback in the fourth quarter. How were you able to hold them off?
Our defense is a big part of their game, and that's where we build our momentum. So our offense, that's how we start getting work.
What was your coach telling you guys in that fourth quarter when they were trying to sneak back up?
To stay focused, don't lose focus, and just play our game.
It's safe to say the North Saxons definitely played with heart tonight. Reporting from Torrance High School, I'm Danielle Alvari for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Danielle. To college hoops now. The El Camino women entertained Cerritos in their conference opener. This was a tale of two halves. The first half was close. The second half was bananas. The first half of this one went back and forth like a prize fight. The lead was exchanged 7 times. Now Shiota, 3-ball, corner pocket. Shiota was 3 for 5 from downtown. The game is tied for the second time. It's now 30-all. Cerritos College answers right back. Angie Ferreira right there dials from long distance, 3 of her 9 points. Falcons back on top, and they would take a 32-31 lead into the half. Second half, Warriors regroup, and they would just blow the doors wide open. Makina Penueta right there to Shiota, who scores 15 of her 21 points in the second half, including 9 in the third quarter. Warriors up 6 now. And you can't win a game without wearing your bib. Hunter Noah gets to rock the Kayla bib. The pump fake, she's window shopping. Bibb scored 11 of her 21 points in the second half. Warriors outscored the Falcons 23-8 in the third and 46-25 in the second half alone. El Camino wins by 20, 77-57 is your final. All right, the Torrance High School boys soccer team were trying to snap a 2-game losing skid when they entertained North recently. A win would give the Tartars a 500 record in league play. This is first half action. Roberto Rivera tries to take control of the ball from North, but Torrance's Ryan Brainerd, he has other ideas. He gets fancy and slaps it into the back of the net. It's now 1-0 Tartars. Roberto Rivera would redeem himself here. He heads it in off the Kelvin Estrada kick, and we're tied and playing a game of Uno. We move to the second half. Marcelo Rios falling down, gets the pill to Ryan Brainerd, and he knows what to do with it. His second goal of the game. Torrance goes on to win by the final of 2-1. Heading into their matchup in girls soccer, the Saxons of North were fresh off a 9-0 win over Centennial, and the Tartars were coming off a 10-0 win over Lusinger. Looks like both teams weren't messing around, eh? The Saxons entertained the Tartars in a league contest recently. We pick it up first half, no score, no more. Tori Martiza, the corner kick. Deanna Vargas tickles the twine. Tartars take a 1-zip lead. Minutes later, same score. Bailey Locano shot on goal. Naomi Nolan with the save for the Saxons. Score is still 1-0 Torrance. Bree Flores, free kick opportunity for North, but Cadence Pardo is there to stop it. And this time, check this out. It's Mylena Fajita with the header. And we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Tartars answer back, though. Moselle Maretti kicks it right over the goalkeeper's head. Bam! It's now 2-1 Tartars. Wouldn't last, though. It's Mylena Fajita again, scoring her second goal of the game for the Saxons, and we are all tied up at 2, and that would be your final. Torrance and North play to a 2-2 tie. Bishop Montgomery warming up before their game against Bishop Amat. First half, Lancers waste no time right out of the gate. It's Alexandra Jacques right here, crossing it over to Juliana Ortega, and that's using your head. And just like that, it's 1-0 Lancers. Not even a minute later, same exact scenario. Jacques to Ortega, heads up play, Lancers up 2-zip. They would lead 3-zip at the half. Second half, it's now 4-0 Lancers. Camille Petroni has seen enough. She boots this one past goalkeeper Carrera Jones. Finally, Bishop scratches. It's now 4-1 Lancers. Later in the half, Erin Atkinson, nice dribble. And she sets it up nicely for Shelby Bach. Knights cut the lead in half, but that's as close as they would get. Lancers win it by the final of 4-2. And we're not finished with the Saxons and Tartars. North played host to Torrance recently, this time in high school wrestling. Sports Desk reporter Terrence Davis was there, and he files this report.
Thanks, AJ. I'm here at North High School where the Saxons are coming off a dominant team win versus Torrance, winning 8 of their 9 wrestling matches, including 4 consecutive by pin. The Saxons started strong, highlighted by Jose Lozano's dominant victory over Joseph Tallow at 120 pounds. Out of the clinch, Lozano sees the opening and dives for Tallow's left leg, knocking him to the mat face first. Lozano quickly underhooks Tallow's arm and rolls him onto his backside to secure the pin.
You like to tie up a lot, getting the underhooks. I'm not really comfortable there, so I just try to open up. Just get out, wrestle my game, not his game, and it worked out. So.
Lozano's teammate, senior Jaden Martinez, also turned in a standout performance against Nathan Kim at 145. Martinez controlled the match from the opening whistle, grappling Kim to the mat for an easy 2 points and then forcing him to tap out of a leg lock. Martinez says he wanted to set the tone early with his aggressiveness.
Well, last week I came out pretty flat, so this week I wanted to focus on being more amped up mentally. So I came out hard and, I just shot my shot, looked for the opening. If it was there, I took it. I wasn't really hesitant this week.
Kai Hirschberger's victory over Antonio Ruiz Cruz was the only bright spot for the Tartars. Hirschberger uses excellent defense and quickness to avoid the takedown, somehow regains control, and forces Cruz to tap out.
I liked it. It was quick. It was in the first round, in the first period, so I just kind of got quick and over with, and I saved my energy for the next time I go out.
Tartars head coach Bo Hirschberger said he was forced to play a lot of freshmen because of illness and injuries to key players. He says the loss was tough, but his players need to stay positive.
I get back in the gym with them, and we talk about things that went wrong with us and what we can do to fix them and work on those, and we just got to keep plugging along.
On the other hand, North head coach Jason Munn says this was a huge victory for his team, and they earned it.
The kids showed up and executed. They looked good. Hard work starting to pay off, and they executed their moves, and it was a good win for us. It felt good.
This victory should bode well for the Saxons as they head towards the playoffs. Reporting from North High School, I'm Terrence Davis for the Sports Desk.
Terrence, thank you. The Torrance High School surf team returned to the beach recently. This time it was a local showdown as the Tartars were taking on the North and West High School combo team. Yes, it's another early morning rise over at Torrance Beach. Waves recorded at 3 to 5 feet, waist to shoulder high with head high sets. It's a perfect day for a surf comp. And it was featuring Torrance, like I said, in the Northwest combo team. Now for Northwest, it's West sophomore Lucas Matthews winning the first shortboard heat over Mike Chavez.
It was my first time ever competing, so I was kind of nervous at first, but I just wanted to get as many waves as I could.
Back to the action, Ryan Brainerd would win the next heat for the Tartars with his shredder performance in boys shortboard. Northwest banks points with second and third. They have an 18-5 advantage. Maddie Watson ripping it up in the women's shortboard. She's able to find the right spot on these shoulders, and she just catches wave after wave, grabbing the maximum score of 6 points. Brainerd also wins his longboard heat, giving the Tartars a 32-22 lead. Maddie Watson would come back to seal the deal in girls longboard with more ripping. Northwest forfeits the final shortboard due to a lack of surfers, and Torrance would go on to win by the final 43-34. It's their first win of the season. That's all the time we have, sports fans. We'll catch you next time right here on the Sports Desk.